Hello, you lovely lot. Thank you for watching, as usual. Nikki from Gracie's house here. I'm going to have a little bit of a show to you of No Pain Gel Stain by Dixie Belle. Today I'm going to use the walnut colour. So yesterday I posted a picture of a sideboard and asked everybody to tell me what colour they would like to see it painted. And the top had quite a lot of marks and stuff, so I didn't really know where I was going to go with it. It's cleaned up relatively well. If you're coming on, say hello, just so that I know that you're watching, because I've seen some people pop on. So just drop me a little line and tell me where you're watching from. And if you're catching me on replay, just pop a little hashtag replay, that would be brilliant. So I'm using No Pain Gel Stain in Walnut by Dixie Belle. So one of my favourite colours, actually. I'm going to show you the product so that you can see what it looks like. And it's really, really easy to use. Now, there's several ways to apply. My personal favourite is to just use a chip brush. There is applicator pads. I haven't got one to hand to show you. You can use a rag. You can use, basically, you can, anything you want. My personal favourite. Hi, Hayley, is a chip brush. And you can just chuck these away. But actually, if you just pop a little bit of, we call it white spirits. If you're watching from America, then it's mineral spirits. Cleans a chip brush. I don't change my use, so this one will always be for my dark gel stains. So it doesn't get everything out, but it makes it reusable, so you're not having to chuck it away after one use. So I'm going to just tilt the camera down a little bit, so I might lose the comments. I won't be able to see the comments so much. I'm going to tilt you down so you can see what I'm working on. So it's the oak sideboard that I photographed yesterday, so I'm just going to pop the camera down. I'm going to go halfway there so I can still see if any comments come up. Okay, so you can probably see there is some marks, but it's sanded back pretty well. Now, with this product, you don't actually have to, hi Jackie, you don't actually have to sand back to bare wood. So you can use this over existing finishes, you can use it over paint, and you can use it over an old factory finish. The reason that wouldn't work in this instance, there was patches of varnish that had been removed. There was some really big black stains down at the back here. This piece had been sat in a garage for quite some time. Hayley, what colour did you use? Hayley's just used this on a kitchen table. What colour did you use? And what are you going to use to top coat it with? So on this, there is a little... I suspect there's a little burn here. You can't see it actually. I can move it down. Can you see there's just a little dark mark here? Lots of smokers had the habit of leaving cigarettes on the edge of sideboards to burn out. And that's, if you ever see little dark marks on the edges of furniture, that's what it is. From smokers leaving their cigarette on the edge of a piece of furniture and it burning down because there wasn't an ashtray about. Naughty. Naughty, naughty. Okay, so, and I've got a couple of sort of darker marks that, this particular one as well is veneer. So because it's not solid, I didn't want to sound too hard. And again, this is why the No Pain Gel Stain is a really, really good choice because it covers up a lot. Hayley used walnut with burlap. Oh, nice, nice. And was it pine or was it oak? So did you, was it a similar grain to this? Sounds lovely. So I'm going to just get cracking. Now again, there's two ways to use this. In addition to what I've already said to you, you can put it on and wipe it back. You can see the consistency. There you go. I've got the lid off. Can you see the consistency? It like wobbles. It's great. You can put it on and wipe it back, or you can put it on more thick. It'll take longer to dry, but you can put it on thicker for much more opaque finish. But it's this walnut's a really, really warm. Hi Mary, you've used walnut. I think walnut is quite a popular colour. It sits back with so many different paint colours, finishes. It's a nice brown. It's not too dark. There is one that's darker called Espresso, which I also do like, but I think this is nice for a warm oaky feel. So I'm just going to show you, because I kind of make my mind up whether I'm going to wipe back or not while I'm doing it, because you can see, you start to get the feel for how well the wood is taking the stain. Oh, did you use Midnight Blue? Oh, lovely. I bet that looks really rich and lovely. So Mary's just saying that she's used this colour with some Midnight Blue. It's like a dark navy colour. I bet that looked amazing. So this is, I mean, this, like as I said, this piece has been sat in a garage or a barn for a long time, judging by the cobwebs and dead spiders that were in it. So this is soaking in quite quickly. I actually don't think there's going to be much to wipe back, to be honest. But what I'll do is I can show you just a little patch, but I think because of the marks, this particular piece will probably need a more opaque finish. And you can layer it as well. I might have to come around the front just to make sure I've got those, because the piece that's been, where it's veneer, the piece around the edge is a much lighter wood as well. Hi Sue. So I don't know if you can see, you probably can't see from the light, but when I look at in the light, I can see that this is nearly drying already. So I'm not even, it's soaking in so much product, there probably won't be much to wipe back. So I'm just going to show you what would, again, you can just use a rag. I've got some kitchen towel. And you see, that's where I'm wiping back. You can hardly see the difference. It soaked that in really, really nicely. So do you know what I'm going to do? On this piece, I am actually going to wipe it back, purely because I know then that that layer will dry much quicker. If you leave it without wiping it back, it'll take longer to dry. And it is quite humid here at the moment. It's been a really strange couple of days. So it just leaves you with a really, really warm, rich tone. Hi Paul, always working hard. I haven't been out buying artificial plants this morning at all. Doing food shopping. And I definitely will do another coat on this, because you know the cigarette stain that I mentioned, that's still visible, but I'm quite confident that all of the other sort of patchiness that was showing on the sanded wood is going to be covered, but it's still bringing through some of the highlights in the wood grain. I'm not sure if the camera is picking up any of the grain pattern there or not. I can't see from the angle. Let me have a look at that. Yeah, you're not really. Let me see if I can tilt the camera a little bit more. There you go. Can you see the grain? So it's not the prettiest piece of oak by a long way. I think it's a lovely big sideboard, but it's not a massively solid one. So I think it was probably on the lower end value-wise. When it was made to look like oak. The doors on the front, there's two different coloured oak panels. There's three panels, so there's two doors with two panels on each. 3 of the 4 panels have got one colour, and then one has got a completely different colour. So it's going to have to be painted because it looks really random. There, can you see the difference? This is the bit that I'm doing now and I haven't wiped back. And on this one, I've actually followed my recommended process, which is to tape off and start top down. Because can you imagine if you painted your whole thing and it was beautiful and you got a bit of stain splattered on it, how upset you'd be. Gutted. So sometimes in my haste, I do it the other way around. But this is really the better way around to do it. Get the stain done so that you can't make a mess of anything else. And if you do make a dribble or a splatter, not that this splatters very much, because like I'm going to show you the consistency again. See, it's like, I know in America you guys, you say it's like pudding. I don't know, we don't have puddings like that. So I'm not sure. Maybe we'd say blancmange, but that's a bit old-fashioned as well. Custard, not sure. Okay. So, okay, I'm just going to wipe that bit back as well. Put the lid on. So, the no paint gel stain does need, they do recommend you top coat. Being an oil-based product, you need to wait around about 72 hours to top coat. And I use Gator Hide to top coat mine, and it gives a fantastic finish. Oh, it's lovely. It's so easy. I mean, it's, you know, it's just, that's it, it's done. And as I said, because I've wiped back, it will dry much quicker. So I can put on another coat tomorrow with this. I'd still leave it overnight, but I can put on another coat tomorrow. But you can see how that's been transformed. It's completely hidden any of those little random shading marks that wouldn't stand out, or I didn't want to go too hard with the sander. I've got a very light patch on the corner of this end over here. You won't see it, it's off camera. Just see if I can show you. Can you see here? It's just the way the wood is and the way it's been cut. I've missed a patch there, but this bit here on the top. So I'll just go a bit heavier on that next coat round, and it'll probably catch it. Just finish that front edge. Sorry, I'm in the way. Let me do this side of the camera. There we go. Can you see that? So if anyone's got any questions about this, what we've got there. Sally, thank you, Sally. If you use Dixie Belle mud to fill in an area on the top, sorry if you can just see my chin talking away there, would it show up bad under the stain? Okay, so if you decide you wanted to do the wiping back like this, yes, you're going to see it. So you've got two options. I think there's just two options. I'm going to give you two options. Someone else might be able to give you some more. My two options, solution for that would be to use your paints to fill in over the mud to give yourself some wood effect. Connie, who's also a content creator for Dixie Belle over at Fab Designs, she actually did this on a piece recently. So if you go and have a little look for Connie at Fab Designs, she had a pine piece that needed some filler, and she used, I can't remember which colours she used now, but there's several brown tones, and you can just give a wood effect and that will cover it up. And then the other option is to do a thicker, more opaque finish and leave it rather than wiping back, which I have done, and it does work. Deborah, you've got espresso. I like espresso as well. The reason I've gone for walnut on this one, it's funny, everybody that commented about what colour to paint this piece pretty much said the same thing, because it's quite a traditional looking piece. Everyone said to go for a sort of French linen look, which is exactly what I had in mind. But sometimes people give you an extra idea. Hi Judith. So I didn't want to go too dark against a paler body colour, which is why I've gone for the walnut to give it a nice mid-tone finish. There's a few scratches on this, but you know, it's vintage furniture. It's vintage furniture, it's veneer. I don't want to go too hard with the sanding and completely destroy it. So, it's a veneer coffee table. I want to, hang on, I'm just going to get on the screen so I can read the rest of your message, Deborah. Little piece of veneer missing. Oh, okay. yeah, I think either of those options is great. So it depends. If you really, really love the wood grain and you want to keep that on view, then I'd get some little artist's brushes and try and fake yourself a little bit of wood grain where you've used some filler. And if you're not too fussed about the wood grain, I'm just going to tilt the camera back up. If you're not too fussed about the wood grain, then just leave it for a thicker finish. Or, you know, try it once, see how it looks, because you can build up the layers. So I would go for that. But good luck. I'd love to see how it turns out, Deborah. That'd be great. If there's any other questions, just drop them in the messages. If I've missed anything, I'll go and check everything afterwards. Does this gel stain work on veneer? Yes, this is what I've just done it on. Yes. So this top is veneer. This is not solid oak. I've checked underneath, and you know, when I've looked in the cabinet, this is definitely not a solid piece of oak. So yes, it absolutely does. Yeah. Any other questions? If I haven't already picked them up, I'll check back and comment. Don't forget to pop onto Grace's house if you're not already there. Like and follow my page, that would be awesome. And if you are watching on replay, just pop a hashtag so that I know that you're catching up later. Okay guys, thanks for watching, cheers.